YouTube, it's me, Brynn. Welcome back to the channel. Today is another informative video that I have for you. So, it's going to start off with something that's happened to me today. So, I've had to relearn this lesson again. So now I can share my experience with you guys, and then now you can take what I've learned and learn from it as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So today's video is going to be a little shorter than the past few videos. I don't know how much shorter, but I do have a meeting to go to right after this. So, let's see. So, without further ado, here we go. So, today, I was called by someone, because they have been in a rehabilitation center, for physical therapy. They broke their hip, they've done all of this stuff, you know, but today, they are getting kicked out, or if they were getting kicked out, I don't know if they already got kicked out or not, but of course, you know, they're not going to just put you out on the side of the road. They're going to help with his caseworker and try to find somewhere for him to go first before anything happens. They're not just going to shove him out, right? So, every time I go visit them, they like to tell me that they're doing better, they're getting clean, they used to be drug addicts, and I'll tell you why that's false in just a second. They're telling me, well, we're getting clean, stop drinking, all this other stuff. But you can tell I looked a lot better, I sound a lot better, I'm not falling asleep everywhere anymore, I'm not slurring my words or anything. They are getting kicked out of the rehab center because his wife has been sneaking him in drugs. Okay, so therefore the first lie right there, they're not ex-drug addicts. They're not getting clean. They continue to sneak drugs. They've done it for weeks since he's been in the hospital and then into the physical therapy, rehab. So those weeks, they said they were clean and they weren't taking anything and everything else. They were telling me that. They were lying to my face because they were taking drugs still. So, yes. And to top that off, they also don't take responsibility for the things that they've done in their life. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always his dad's fault, because if it wasn't for his dad, he would have been out of Kansas and into Colorado a long time ago. Right? This is not his fault, it's his dad's fault. Okay? Keep that in mind. And, oh, my dad did this, and my dad did that, and it's my dad's fault I'm the way I am right now. It's my dad's fault that I'm in this hospital. It's my dad's fault that I broke my hip. It's my dad's fault I got my kids taken away. By the time he was 18, or even before that, I don't know when he moved out. Whenever you move out, by the time you move out and you are making your own decisions, it is your responsibility. You cannot blame somebody else for your own actions. Because no one is making those decisions but you. It's your own fault, it's your own decisions. Okay? Same goes with his wife. His wife always makes excuses for him, and then she blames everyone else as well. Okay? And then sometimes she takes the blame for why he is upset, because he has managed to get her to think that, oh, it's her fault for everything that goes wrong in his life between the two of them. First off, that is a toxic relationship. They need to be out of that. Second, she has learned from him to blame everyone but herself for her actions. I will reiterate, once you are moved out, you are no longer living with your parents. It is no longer anyone else's decisions to do anything. When you live on your own, it is your decisions to do everything you do. Everything you do is your decisions. So, I decided I didn't want to be poor mindset anymore. I did not want to have a poor mindset anymore. So I decided I was going to go and read these audiobooks, start this YouTube channel to help people who are where I've been, who are trying to learn what I've learned, who are watching these videos and taking these lessons in stride. Because at the end of the day, it's up to you to decide what you want, what you're going to do, how you're going to make your future. Your future is decided by you, okay? The choices you make now decide where you are going to be later. But the point I was wanting to make in this video is this. So let me give you some background here. He called me today whining about the fact that he was going to get kicked out. Yes, I was concerned at the very beginning. I didn't know what was going on. I should have called at the hospital or whatever first to figure out what was going on. My mistake. And he goes, I broke my hip, I broke my hip, I broke my hip. You know, I have nowhere to go. They're kicking me out. I'm going to be homeless. I don't know what to do. They're just going to toss me out there. I'm not going to have anywhere to go. I'm on a timer. They're going to kick me out. But the time is over. And they're kicking me out for reasons unknown. They don't even have good reasons to kick me out. Well, come to find out, it's the drug use. They're sneaking in drugs into the healthcare facility. And they've already given him a warning once. And they're kicking him out now. But he was calling me constantly and reiterating the fact that he broke his hip. Okay? In case none of us knew, he broke his hip. He kept calling me to get me to call other people. And I did. I called other people to try to get him somewhere to stay. To try to get him help. Try to do all this. But at the same time, he's being so toxic about this every time he talks to me. Okay? Even before this, being real toxic all the time. They come to find out his wife got banned from the facility because she was strung up on stuff. And so she got kicked out, so she's not even allowed in the facility anymore, so I don't know how she's gonna be able to go in and do anything. But I don't think he's in there right now. I think he got picked up. But no one can get a hold of her. He can't get a hold of her. I can't get a hold of her. You know, no one else in this whole circle situation can get a hold of her. She has his cards, so she has his money. She, you know, he's worried about where he's gonna stay. You know. And he doesn't have any money to pay for anything. Because it's with his wife. and don't get a hold of his wife. And I get a hold of her one time. She's so strung out that you can't even understand what she's saying. It's people like that. Not even just drug addicts, okay? And I don't hang out in those kind of circles or anything. They just happen to be family. So, yes. Whether it be family or friends, if somebody is going on a path that does not align with yours or is trying to drag you down mentally, they're not being supportive. They say they're being supportive, but then their words and their actions state otherwise, and they're just going off and they're being extremely negative to you. You need to cut them out. No matter how much it seems like you are being, I don't know, no matter how much they think that you're terrible for doing so, you need to do it. Because no matter what, they're going to talk behind your back. If they're doing it now, if they're going to do it when you leave, they're doing it now. That's what they're doing. They're doing it now. So my decision from the day is until they get clean, I will have nothing to do with them. And that's not because I am mean. That's not because I don't want to help them. I want to help them. I really do. But they just take and take and take. And you can't just keep giving. You can give all you want, okay? And expect nothing in return. That's how you're supposed to do it. But when it becomes a constant thing like that from the same people, you have to learn where to cut them off. Especially if you are trying to go forward with your life and you're trying to make the most of everything and you're trying to, start a business, get on your feet, make money, and keep money and not be living paycheck to paycheck. You need to cut those kinds of people out of your life. Because in the long run, it's going to be so much better for you. Okay? And it's going to make it easier to budget and everything as well, too, because you're not just giving handouts to, the people who are constantly asking for a handout from you. There's nothing wrong with helping. Like I said before, there's nothing wrong with helping people. But when they constantly, and it's a constant thing, and it goes over and over and over again, that's when you need to draw the line. That's when it's not okay. Because they need to learn to help themselves. And they've had all this time to learn to help themselves, and they just have not done it. Because right now, he's ended up with a broken hip. He's lied to me. Him and his wife have both lied to me constantly throughout my communications with them. They've lied to me constantly about the fact that they're getting clean, that they're not drinking anymore, and then come to find out they've been sneaking that into the hospital, and you can't be doing that, especially when you have a history of drug use. They're going to be watching for that. And come to find out, they have a history of sneaking in drugs for each other, depending on who's in the hospital. So they're at where they're at right now because of the decisions they've made. So my decision that I'm making, and I hope you learn from this, the decision I'm making is to cut off communication with them. If they ever decide that they want to get clean and they don't want to be part of this, I will think about allowing them back in. but they are not doing anything for me mentally. They're not doing anything to help me get ahead. And I know that sounds selfish of me, but they're not helping me. And you have a right. You have a right to decide whether you're going to communicate with them or not. You, the viewer, have the right to decide who you want to be around and who you don't want to be around, okay? Look at yourself first as well, because what you like to do and everything else, that attracts the people just like you, okay? So if you've had a bad group of friends before and everything else, they were attracted to you somehow. So if you're wanting to make a change and you want to start making more money and you want to do all this stuff that I've been teaching you in these videos, you need to make a change with yourself first. Starts with your mindset. You have a right to decide whether you want to continue talking to these people or you do not. And I strongly encourage you to cut out the things that are not helping you. Help yourself first. Because if you can't help yourself first, you can't help anyone else. Okay? You can't help anyone else. If you cannot help yourself first, you cannot help yourself. That sounds terrible, but it's true. Right? If you can't pay yourself first, how do you expect to pay somebody else? If you can't pay your bills first, how do you expect to pay somebody else's bills? If you can't save your money first, how do you expect to save somebody else's money for them or help them to save? That's just giving advice and then not following that same advice that you give other people. There's a word for that and I can't think of it right now, but it's true. It's just how it is. You can't continue to go on and question why your life is like this if you are not making the necessary changes that you need to do, and you need to work on your mindset first. Like I said, you need to listen. You don't need to, but I strongly encourage you to read Outwitting the Devil by Napolean Hill, The Richest Man in Babylon, and Think and Grow Rich. Those are the 3 audiobooks I highly recommend you listen to. There's other audiobooks as well, and they're really good to listen to as well. It's highly likely that you will get some value out of it. I strongly encourage you to not just stop on this video and get all of your information from this video. I strongly encourage you to go outside of this video and get information from other sources as well. Combine your research, because that's what I've done. I've gone and I've done my research and I've done all this other stuff, and then I compile it and put it in this video, what I've learned and how I implement it in my own life first before I tell you about it, because it's working for me. I'm not going to tell you to do something that's not working. I'm just not. It's not how this is going to work. Okay? But yes, so this video was a little bit of a rant. Sorry if it just sounds like I was complaining the entire time. I was trying not to complain. I wasn't trying to make it sound like I was complaining. But, as I throw my pen. But sometimes you have to draw a line. And you better do it sooner rather than later. Because if you do it later, it's just going to derail everything. Everything you've worked for is just going to derail it. You know what I mean? So, prove people wrong as well after you've cut everyone off that don't need to be in your life anymore. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. They didn't think you could do it. Prove them wrong and do it. They didn't think you could make your own business. Prove them wrong and make your own business. They didn't think you were going to save money, build money, keep money. Prove them wrong and do exactly that. Don't let anyone sit there and tell you that you can't do things. Because what they're doing, first off, what they're doing when they tell you that is because they themselves can't do it, so they don't want you to do it. Nobody wants to see you do better than them. It's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. But there are people out there who want you to do better. Who want to see you do better than them. Right? They want to see you succeed. Because your motivation motivates them. So if you're doing better than me, awesome, congratulations, I'm rooting for you, and I hope you have more and more success each and every day. Because your success is motivating me to continue to be successful and grow. And I 100% support each and every one of you and your endeavors as entrepreneurs, as saving money. I support you. I don't care who doesn't support you. I don't care if it's family members who don't support you. I don't care if it's friends who don't support you. I don't care if it's your lover who doesn't support you. I support you. And you are the only one that matters. So support yourself. Even if I didn't support you, support yourself. But know that I am also supporting you. Okay, I'm going to end this video off by saying what I usually say. That's invest in yourself, because you are the very best person to invest in. Okay, invest in stocks, real estate, gold, silver. And if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, do what I do. Go to the link below and check it out. Learn more about affiliate marketing. It's bchanmarket.com. I know I don't say that often, but the link is always going to be in the description box down below. Even on my Wednesdays and Fridays when I don't do informative videos, it's always in the description box below. There may be a few videos I've done before where it's not there, but it's almost always in the description box below. Okay, I will leave a link down for the 3 audiobooks I've listed: Outwitting the Devil, The Richest Man in Babylon, and Think and Grow Rich. Okay, smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification to get notified whenever I upload a new video, which is Monday through Friday. Okay, and leave a comment down below. I look forward to reading your comments, and I will. Right now everything's pretty small, so I will more than likely respond, and if I don't respond, don't feel bad. You know, it's like texting on Messenger. I don't always see it right away. So, thank you. I love you. And I'll see you in the very next video tomorrow. Bye.